Vaughn starts giving Quando the beats. Whatever. By the way, I'm going to tell you this right now. Some of these dudes have guns.
Listen, I don't know who thought the King Von story was finally settling down, but apparently the streets, the blogs, and the ancestors said, no, run that chaos back, because out of nowhere, brand new footage from King Von's actual funeral has leaked. And it is so wild, so disturbing, so absolutely narrative-shattering that fans are saying this might be the biggest twist since the night Vaughn and Quando Rondo's crews collided at that hookah lounge in Atlanta. And here's the craziest this video. This footage doesn't just show what happened at the funeral, it exposes who was there, who wasn't there, and who was acting way too comfortable around a casket that held one of the most feared and respected storytellers the drill world ever produced. But the real shock. The video also shows something that contradicts the original story behind Von's death. Something that could flip the entire case upside down again. So the real question is, why did this footage drop now? Who leaked it? And why does every frame look like someone was hiding a truth that the public was never supposed to see? Yeah, buckle up, because this is messy, and we're only getting started. You would think that after King Von's death, the streets would have respected the silence, the family would have protected the legacy, and the internet would have at least pretended to move on. But no, because when it comes to King Von, nothing is ever simple, clean, or quiet. Everything has to be chaos, mystery, and a brand new twist every few months. Like this is some ongoing Netflix crime franchise that refuses to end. So here we are again, except this time, it's not about the shooting, not about Quando Rondo, not about Lil Tim, not even about the endless who set who up conspiracies. No, this time, the drama has crawled out of the graveyard literally and landed directly inside King Von's funeral. The newly leaked footage doesn't look like any normal funeral video. It looks like somebody was secretly recording a political meeting, a reunion of hidden enemies, and a backdoor industry negotiation all happening around Von's casket. The vibes are insane. People aren't just mourning, no. They're whispering, signaling, and side-eyeing each other like they're plotting the next chapter of a street war. And the first thing viewers noticed, certain faces were in the building that nobody expected to see. People who had nothing to do with Von, people who previously denied even being close to him, people who claimed they were out of town that day, suddenly showing up front row at the funeral. Yeah, suspicious doesn't even begin to cover it. And then there's the flip side, major names missing. Fans expected certain rappers, certain O Block members, and certain ATL affiliates to pull up. But according to this footage, some of Von's closest people didn't show at all. And the ones who did, their body language is louder than a diss track. You see Lil Durk's section crowded, tense, guarded almost like security didn't want anyone filming what they were discussing. You see Von's family stunned, exhausted, overwhelmed, but then you notice an entire of industry people sitting like they're waiting for a business meeting to start. And then comes the biggest shock. At timestamp 19 in the leaked video, a man wearing a black hoodie leans into someone's ear and whispers something that sends the whole row stiff. One person even looks straight at the camera like they knew the recording was happening. This clip is what started the wildfire across social media, not because a whisper is suspicious, but because lip-reading experts, yes, Twitter self-proclaimed lip readers claimed the man said, "It wasn't supposed to go like that." The entire narrative spiraled immediately. Fans said it confirms an inside setup. Blogs said it proves Von walked into a trap. Street pages said they've been trying to tell us this for years. But the chaos didn't stop there, because the last 5 seconds of part 1's footage reveal something even darker. Something nobody expected to see at a funeral. And something that leads us directly into the next part, where the real scandal begins as the leaked video shows. As the leaked video shows movement near Von's casket that should not be happening at any normal funeral. Not in Chicago, not in Atlanta, not anywhere on planet Earth, because right when everyone thought the whisper was the most suspicious thing in the room, the camera angle shifts and suddenly you see 2 men in suits quietly sliding a small black envelope under the floral arrangement next to Von's casket. No markings, no words, no explanation, just a slim, sealed envelope placed with the kind of caution people use when they're hiding evidence from federal agents. Immediately, the internet exploded. Who puts an envelope under a casket arrangement? Why does this look like a payment drop? Is this a funeral or a mafia meetup? Those were just the PG-13 comments. But what really ignited the firestorm was when a so-called anonymous funeral worker came forward on TikTok claiming he recognized the envelope. According to him, that kind of envelope is used when families exchange private documents, wills, estate transfers, last-minute legal notices. But here's the twist. Vin's family denied placing it. Then another anonymous source popped up, this time a cousin of a friend of a neighbor of someone who used to work security for a block. You know how the internet gets. He claimed the envelope contained footage from a different angle of the original shooting night. Footage allegedly too sensitive to hand to the police because it changes the whole story. But the wildest claim came from a supposed music executive who slid into a blog's DMs saying that envelope wasn't for the family, it was for the label. Whether that's true or not, the conspiracy had officially left Earth's atmosphere. Then boom somebody slowed down the footage and noticed something crazier. When the envelope gets placed, a woman standing near Vin's mother steps back, looks at it, and covers her mouth like she just saw something she wasn't supposed to. People on Twitter immediately labeled her the witness who knows too much. The theories grew louder, stranger, and more detailed with every hour. Some claimed the envelope held a written confession from someone close to Vona, payout related to the night of the shooting, gun discult medical documents, a USB drive containing the missing terabytes of surveillance footage. Others swore the envelope looked like the ones government field agents use, because of course, once the internet gets involved, it's always the government. And while fans were obsessing over the mysterious envelope, another group caught something even more explosive: the behavior of certain rappers in the room. While most people looked devastated, drained, and broken, two well-known industry names were sitting with arms crossed, whispering, smirking, and checking their phones like they were bored at a business seminar instead of King Vin's funeral. This alone sent social media into a meltdown. People started screenshotting, circling faces, drawing arrows, adding captions like, "Why he's smiling? Why is he even here?" Someone explained this energy. And this was all before this video of the footage that had the internet panicking. Because after the envelope, after the whisper, after the strange behavior, the camera catches something at the exit door that takes this situation from suspicious to downright terrifying. As this video begins with the moment viewers noticed. A shadow standing at the exit door that takes this situation from suspicious to downright terrifying, because when the camera zooms in, whether intentionally or by pure chaos, you see a tall figure in all black, hoodie tightened, mask on, standing at the doorway like a security guard. Except no one at the funeral recognized him. Not family, not friends, not security, not even the venue staff. And here's what made the internet lose its collective mind. The guy wasn't holding a phone, wasn't talking to anyone, wasn't moving. He was just standing still, staring directly into the room while everyone else was mourning. The clip lasted only for seconds, but those for seconds were enough for fans to start screaming, "Who is that? Why he watching everyone? That's not normal. This looks like surveillance." Within hours, the mystery figure became the most discussed person in the footage, more than the whisper, more than the envelope, more than the weird behavior from the artists. Some even said the figure resembled someone tied to Quando Rondo's camp. Others claimed it was a private investigator, someone hired to observe the reactions of specific people. And a few conspiracy-heavy accounts insisted it was a federal agent monitoring the funeral because the government was already preparing for retaliations after Vin's murder. But whether any of that is true or not, the panic triggered real consequences, because as soon as the video went viral, law enforcement agencies actually responded. Not directly, of course they never do, but a source close to the department leaked to a blog that authorities were already reviewing the footage for potential interference with an ongoing investigation. That alone sent the industry spiraling. Suddenly, certain rappers who were at the funeral started disabling comments. A few deleted old posts. One even unfollowed everyone from Moblock within 24 hours. Then came the blogs claiming the state planned to reopen this video of the original case. Then came rumors that prosecutors were interested in new persons of interest. Then came fake legal analysts on TikTok pretending the funeral footage could reshape federal interpretations of the shooting timeline. And meanwhile, Vin's fans, they were in total meltdown mode. People demanded new investigation strand from the label. New investigation strand from the label, and even a full-length documentary hashtags trended. Multiple YouTubers milked the topic for content within minutes, and by day 2, the leaked funeral footage had caused so much chaos that even people who weren't involved in the situation were releasing statements just to distance themselves. But here's where it gets even wilder, because that mysterious envelope, that strange whisper, those awkward rappers, and the shadow at the exit all pointed to one chilling possibility. Someone at that funeral knew more about Vin's death than they ever admitted, and that possibility alone pushed fans to demand something even bigger. An official inquiry into whether Vin's murder was an accident, a setup, a betrayal, or something much darker hiding beneath the surface. And this is where the internet declared, this footage changes the entire narrative, because if the funeral looked like this, what really happened the night Von died? And that's the question haunting everyone right now. And family, if you're still here after everything we just broke down, after every twist, every shadow, every crack in this so-called final narrative, then you already know what time it is. This story is nowhere near finished. In fact, we might be standing at the edge of the biggest revelation the King Von case has ever seen. But here's the truth, you and I, we're the only ones who keep these investigations alive. The mainstream platforms, they're too scared. The insiders, they're too quiet. The blogs, they only post what won't get them sued. But us, we dive into the uncomfortable. We question the untouchable. We chase the truth even when it's buried under a whole cemetery of lies. So, if you want part 2, if you want the real breakdown behind the new funeral footage, if you want the faces blurred, the audio enhanced, the timelines matched, the motives exposed, and the entire cover-up ripped wide open, then don't just watch. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Comment, drop this video, oh, I know you're serious. And share this video with someone who thinks they already know the story, because trust me, they don't. This case is reopening. And when the next leak drops, we'll be right here, mask on, lights low, truth loaded.